Regular viewers of Geeksvana will know that we have been working with a group of backers of an Indiegogo campaign, Microdrone 4.0, to gain answers. Since my first interview with campaign owner Vernon Kurzweil some months ago, very little in terms of real answers has been established. This for a campaign which claimed the drone offered was ready for production and offered a guaranteed delivery of June 2019. Geeksvana are in direct contact with hundreds of Microdrone 4.0 backers. The backers are deeply concerned about the true state of the campaign. The backers are angry and feel directly misled by campaign owner Vernon Kurzweil. The following is a letter sent to Indiegogo by Geeksvana on behalf of hundreds of backers who have all electronically signed the letter. If you're watching this from Indiegogo, please take a serious look at the Microdrone 4.0 campaign. At the point of publishing this video, the campaign owner has just placed another very late update, which frankly gives no form of actual update at all. It even includes a GIF of a sample of packaging hot off the press. This same packaging was pictured in an update provided by Vernon Kurzweil on April the 13th. This is not the meaningful and detailed updates Indiegogo expect of their campaign owners. The following is wording from the letter sent to Indiegogo through all electronic means open to us. You can download a PDF copy in the description below. Please remember, this letter is signed by hundreds of backers. Dear Indiegogo, this letter is sent on behalf of the undersigned contribution number owners. It is to raise concerns with you over the Microdrone 4.0 campaign, which is owned by Vernon Kurzweil of Extreme Toys Limited. This is a combined effort to show you that it is not merely a complaint from one or two backers, but instead a growing complaint from the owners of the hundreds of contribution numbers listed as signatory to this letter. For further reference of the level of complaints raised against this campaign, we ask that you take a look at the more than 13,000 comments which are on your own website on the Microdrone 4.0 campaign page. We can also provide details of many backers who have launched official legal action against the campaign, who would be joined by many more if cross-border litigation were more possible, especially as it now appears the campaign owner is buying out those with active claims against Extreme Toys Limited by allegedly selling perks on to new buyers. We're also concerned about the result of the last campaign Vernon Kurzweil funded via Indiegogo, Microdrone 3.0. This campaign ended with many unhappy backers publicly sharing their frustration of the resulting product, some reporting the drone never worked. Again, the nearly 13,000 comments on this campaign should be taken into account when considering taking action, as we're keen to ensure the backers of the Microdrone 4.0 do not end up with the same result. We would ask that you take the time to watch the videos published by YouTube creators Geeksvana and DroningOn, both of which raise significant and still unanswered questions in relation to the campaign and the treatment of the backers. The former, Geeksvana, now has several videos on the subject, including 2 interviews freely offered and initially publicly backed by campaign owner Vernon Kurzweil. There is a list of links to these videos in the accompanying media pack and the description. We are not seeking to have Indiegogo act beyond their powers and interfere with a separate company. We're not seeking as yet financial recourse directly from Indiegogo. Instead, we're asking that you act on publicly available terms and conditions you have on your own website and blog posts made by Indiegogo in reference to protecting backers. It is our belief that the campaign owner has misled backers. It is our belief the campaign owner is attempting to hide within the Indiegogo terms and conditions by deliberately mislabeling the campaign. It is our fear that the backers who have entrusted funds to a campaign openly marketed on your website will either end up with an irrelevant product far from the original specifications or nothing at all. The backers accept risk. Many of the backers have invested in several other campaigns. Some of these have tried and failed. However, these other campaigns have not misled and openly trolled backers, providing the very basic levels of feedback which do not even satisfy Indiegogo terms. This is not a case of a campaign simply being delayed or failing. There are deeper issues which we ask Indiegogo to review and act upon if required. Ignoring for a moment the many other changes to the product made by the campaign owner, which have altered the drone to a now unrecognisable and completely different product. By stating in the original campaign video that the Microdrone 4.0 would have a 12 megapixel camera, Vernon Kurzweil has misled backers. He has since repeated many times a series of denials, confirmations and double talk to both deny and confirm the 12 megapixel sensor was ever originally intended. In fact, the same campaign video with the same misleading statement appeared as recently as CES 2020. At the same time, he was publicly denying anything more than a 5 megapixel sensor was promised. Unfortunately, the confirmation of specification changes, including the 5 megapixel sensor, came only once Vernon locked the campaign as in production and therefore stated he could no longer offer refunds. When challenged in an interview as to why this misleading video was still being used and why a revised version was not in place, Vernon replied that the video had gained a lot of attention and views, which made him reluctant to alter it. This in the same interview where he accepted the video could be seen as misleading. When the campaign started, Vernon Kurzweil stated in his campaign video that the Microdrone 4.0 was production ready. He is quoted at 3 minutes and 15 seconds stating, "With development complete and prototypes extensively tested, with your support, we're now ready to start production." Other marketing aimed at potential backers also clearly stated a guaranteed shipping date of June 2019. As per your own terms and advice to backers of a campaign with complaints or questions, the backers who have signed this letter have contacted Vernon Kurzweil to raise their issues. In fact, most have attempted to contact the campaign owner many times through the Indiegogo page comments, email, Facebook and Twitter. If any reply is forthcoming, they're usually vague, often not even referring to the question raised, and usually telling the backer to trust the process. This level of poor communication is further exasperated when taken in combination with the troll-like outbursts the campaign owner is prone to over social media, often pointing anger, pride and indignation towards reasonable complaints raised. We have attempted to keep this letter a complaint in general terms to ensure your response be one based on the campaign generally, rather than attempting to solve the many individual issues. We are aware that Indiegogo has in the past worked with campaigns to provide oversight and place deadlines in place. We would ask that you exercise your ability to do so with the Microdrone 4.0 campaign. In reply to this letter, we request that you provide the following information. Due to the misleading statements made within the campaign video, we feel the campaign should offer refunds to any backer who feels misled. Does Indiegogo support this view, and will they use their power as campaign host to take action? The changing specifications have all taken place during the production stage of the campaign. It is felt by many that this appears to be a deliberate attempt to prevent refunds from those unhappy with the revised product. Put simply, backers would not have supported a product as it is now intended. The product is still not in open production and remains in prototype stage, something confirmed by Vernon Kurzweil's own updates. Will Indiegogo take action and force the campaign owner to revert the campaign status to prototype and therefore allow refunds? The Microdrone 4.0 campaign has many complaints against it. Most of these accusations have simply never been answered by the campaign owner. Will Indiegogo investigate the campaign to verify, somewhat independently, the stage the campaign is truly at, when and what product the backers will receive? Will Indiegogo also provide this information to backers? Many backers have successfully claimed chargeback refunds from Indiegogo. This is after the backer has taken steps through their card provider to prove the campaign has not delivered. As these are handled by Indiegogo, you will be of course very aware of them. Unfortunately, as many backers have chosen to trust the campaign owner and wait, the time limit for many card providers has now expired. Again, this could be argued as a tactic by the campaign owner who publicly campaigned against backers seeking refunds through this route. Will Indiegogo commit to allow refunds from the 5% of funds held back, should the backer prove all other criteria excluding time limits? Indiegogo is very public when making statements and blog posts confirming commitment to keeping backers safe on the crowdfunding platform. Will you provide such protection to the hundreds of backers who have signed this letter and investigate the Microdrone 4.0 campaign as you have done previously with other campaigns such as the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Vega Plus console? We hope that the concerns raised within this letter are taken seriously by Indiegogo. Previously, many of the backers who have signed this letter have raised these significant complaints individually, only to receive automated responses. This has left many feeling underwhelmed after reading your proudly stated intention to protect backers. Those signing this letter are in agreement to allow the response to be sent to the main sender, Sean Hickey of Geeksvana. In order to protect the privacy of backers, the letter is signed by contribution numbers only. Geeksvana has a record and evidence of each backer confirming their support of this letter, which is available to Indiegogo for verification purposes should it be required. Again, the general points raised in this letter are only a short explanation of some of the most serious complaints many backers have. Individually, backers have many complaints which go well beyond the points raised in this letter. We request that Indiegogo now take action to protect the backers of the Microdrone 4.0 campaign. This letter, along with accompanying literature, will be forwarded to the media after 7 days in order to allow a response from Indiegogo to accompany it. We, the undersigned backers, look forward to hearing from you soon.